Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here. I brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
It's time for Veterans Issues, the show that brings you information about veterans, military, and their family. Now here's your host, Ken Rollins.
Welcome to Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins here, and we are brought to you by the Red, White, and Blue. Today's guests are Boyd Scoggins and Kelvin Burris, and we got some good stuff for you to hear. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins here. Today's guests are going to talk about the supermarket benefits and suicide prevention, and they are on the end down there. That's Boyd Scoggins. Boyd, welcome to the show, buddy.
How you doing, sir?
Kelvin
Burris.
Kelvin Burris.
Thanks, sir.
Can I say y'all from the depot?
Yes, sir.
You work for Annis Army Depot?
Yes, sir.
But
We do.
this is a community project from out there. How does that work? What do you call it? Is it community involvement or?
We call it a community event because it's an event.
Yeah. And it's a big event.
Yes, sir.
And when it's 18th September?
No, sir. It's the 28th of September.
That's what I said, 28th September.
Okay. 28th of September from 10 to 2 at the Anderson Meeting Center.
Yeah. Now, they've had one out there before, or maybe more than one. I know I was out there at one of them, and we had our Department of Veterans Affairs out there. The commissioner was up there. And there's over 1,000 people came to that one. And a supermarket of veterans benefits is just that. It's just like you go to a service station, you're limited in what you get, but at the supermarket, it's more goods there.
Yes, sir. We this year we had it 2 years ago, right? And this year we invited. Right now we got 64 agencies that we have invited. 28 of those agencies that already promised to be there, right? And they from different parts of the area. We got Bradford Health. We got the VA down in Birmingham, and we got a whole lot of agencies like the AOD and the credit unions and go ahead and name off the motherboard. We got. Yeah.
Well, we've got the Red Cross, the Blue Star Salute Foundation, Rehabilitation Alabama, National Health Center of Anniston, Military One Source. Basically, the exhibiting agencies that we have, they have something to offer veterans and their dependents.
I get a lot of questions about assisted living. We got veterans' homes, but they are full and got a huge waiting list. But a lot of veterans are asking about assisted living now. Do y'all gonna have somebody there from a nursing home?
Yes, sir. We got the nursing homes. We got survivor outreach, and we got still serving veterans. We got a lot of those coming too. So that's what we mainly focus on with those type agencies right there.
Yeah. They're
going to benefit the veterans, not only the veterans, but the family and federal employees and the survivors.
Yeah. I got a question yesterday from a survivor lady. She draws survivor benefits and all that. And she wanted to know if she was eligible for nursing home or something because she was a survivor benefit. Could she go into the veterans homes, which I thought she couldn't, but I really didn't go to look that up to see what all she could have, But there's a lot of questions out there people have that have been asked, didn't get answered, have not been asked. And in that case, I thought I had been asked every question, but I didn't have an answer for her that because she's drawing survivor benefits. But I'm over the 4 homes, so I don't know of any spouse that's in any of the homes because I got the demographics of who's in there, And they go in on veteran, disabled veteran, and they go combat veteran. They prioritize who goes in there, but I never saw. So I just told her they don't, but then gave her a number to call to verify. But the thing about the supermarket is you can go in and get this information from all these people. You're talking about the AOD credit union. What do they do? is there any places there that give hiring preference for veterans or any kind of schools? Are you going to have anybody from Gadsden State or anybody like that there?
Yes, sir. We're going to have the university. We got Gadsden State. We got Jacksonville. We have Troy University.
Wow.
And there's some others we trying to get in to get to come out there too. As far as those questions that you was asking, right? That's where we have the benefits, because those questions comes up. Now, if you can't be there in person to ask those questions, hopefully someone that can come there and ask that question for you.
Absolutely.
And get the answer for you.
And there'll be a table. Somebody's got that answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's amazing. But that's there's so many things out there that affect when you're talking about the schools and things. For Gadsden State, for example, first thing you go in the door, it says Veterans Upward Bound.
Upper Bound, right.
It's something. You see that going in the door. Right. And they got programs for that. Of course, my daughter graduated from there, but she, she went through, I was qualified for the GI Bill, Alabama GI Bill, which is a lot different than it used to be right now. Mm-hmm. And boys, what are we leaving out here that you need to jump in there on? I got a bunch of things, but I'm going to wait till the second half to put them in there.
Well, one of the things we need to mention, we're calling this the supermarket of benefits. It's also a suicide prevention fair. Mm-hmm. In a recent study by the Center for Disease Control, they're saying that roughly 20 veterans a day end their life by suicide. That's another thing we want to focus on during this supermarket. I was looking over our list here and looking over at a lot of the mental health related services that we're going to have there. I mean, let's admit it, when we have a friend or a family member that's in crisis, a lot of times we don't think about what resources are out there to help that person until we need them. So one of the things that we're trying to do is connect the community resources with the people that may need them before they need them.
Yeah.
I was looking over our list here. We've got Bradford Health Services. We got Self Recovery. Both of those are, they primarily deal with, substance use disorders. We've got the National Alliance for Mental Illness, NAMI. We've got, a chapter of NAMI here in Calhoun County that's going to be there. We've got the Agency for Substance Abuse Prevention. Laurel Heights Hospital, Brookwood Hospital, 12 Oaks Recovery down from Navarre Beach, Florida. They have one of the best first responder and combat veteran programs there right on the beach in Navarre. They do an excellent job working with our veterans that may struggle with substance use disorders and things like post-traumatic stress, at the same time.
Well, I was going to wait till the last part and get into. I'll get into some of it now, but I've dealt with our prior governors on trying to get something started out statewide. They need it nationwide, but people, for example, when somebody goes to an alcohol program, they come out feeling good about themselves, and then the spouse will say, "Well, we could buy that new car if you hadn't drank it all up." Or we could buy that new dining room set if you hadn't drank it all up. And then now they found a reason to go back and hit the bottle again. She don't care, So you have to have that lift from the community, the family, and all that. And so when you got people out there, I'll give you an example. In church, Susie and Billy sit on the front row. Billy goes to Afghanistan. He comes back, they sit on the back row. And the church gets to talking. He lost his salvation. He got more now than he ever had, but he just don't want his back exposed. Somebody like that? Mm-hmm. I'm one of them. So those are the kind of things we have to educate, not just the families, but if we could go to Walmart and educate all them people there, why the guy shoves his buggy out there and goes out cussing because of, something, anxiety disorder or anger management. Anger comes with PTSD. So the public has got to understand what we're talking about, where we know. We got to go to a break, come back. We're going to talk more about the supermarket of veteran benefits. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. We're talking about all kinds of things with the supermarket of veteran benefits, suicide prevention at September the 28th at 10 to 2 at the City Meeting Center in Anniston. So as we left, I was talking about some of the things that people can recognize. If one of the things, like law enforcement are being trained now about PTSD. Guy gets out of the car, he's mad. I mean, it's not that he's a bad person, and he's not so dangerous, but he is mad because he's got that. You triggered that PTSD in him. You know, it's the road rage. All those things comes with PTSD. So when you get people that can understand who they're dealing with, they're not dealing with a criminal. They're dealing with a guy that's just had them wired on always connect just exactly right at all times. So if we can get some of that into the community, you guys can bring that in here. I know the suicide prevention, all those things come together, because I've had people from the VA down here, and they come with their probably the same groups that's going to be up there, and it's amazing. How many? You said 20 a day. It used to be 22 a day. I guess that figure is probably.
Yeah, the more recent study, the number dropped just a little bit, which is a positive thing.
Yeah.
Moving in the right direction.
Well, we're losing some veterans too. We, at my homes, we had. I was told when we did a study back in 10 years ago that our World War II population would be gone 2020. It just about is. When I look at my demographics for the homes, we don't have them. Our Vietnam veterans are in their 70s now. So, and the Korean veterans are late 80s. Then you got your World War II veterans are in 90s and 100s. So, yeah. While we were out in the green room, I got a call wanted me to come to an event down at one of the nursing homes. The guy turned 102. So,
wow.
I'll be taking it in. What did I leave out of that you need to bring up before you talk about the mental health? Did either one of you?
Well, I think
suicide prevention.
I think the other piece to that is not only knowing what resources are available before you need them. The other piece of that is basically educating yourself kind of on the things that you just talked about. Mm-hmm. What are the signs and symptoms of somebody who may be struggling with a mental health issue? Sometimes if we can see the early warning signs of maybe somebody who may be suicidal, maybe somebody with a substance use disorder or any other mental health disorder for that matter, if we can recognize those early signs and symptoms, the likelihood is greater that we can get them to the help that they need.
One of the things, Kelvin, that I hear a lot about, and the veterans get out, let's say a 23-year-old guy has been humping the hills over in Afghanistan. He comes out and his adrenaline's flowing. He's a trooper. He's pumped up. He's in shape and all this stuff. And he comes out, and the wife tells him he's got to get the lawnmower fixed now because it's broke, and that the car's not running properly. And he got to go to a parent-teacher conference. The kid's acting up in school, and he's wanting to say, "Woman, I just got out. 15 minutes ago, I was dodging bullets in Afghanistan. It seemed 15 minutes ago." Mm-hmm. And they have to understand that when we get off of the interstate, there's a deceleration lane. We can't just jump off and jump into traffic. If we get on there, there's an acceleration lane. But when these guys and girls come home from Afghanistan, there's not enough deceleration. They just jump right back into society. Imagine you're a 23-year-old young man, got 3 kids, you're looking for a job, mm-hmm. and you got to take care of them. Where are you going to work? Where are you going to work? Mm. And imagine putting yourself in that place. And a lot of them, now there's a thing going in that community, a veterans community out there, that you do your family a justice by killing yourself, and your wife will get benefits for that thing.
Yeah.
That's something.
It is something though, Ken, and those kind of things that the situation you're talking about right there, right? Not only do that individuals coming back from war or downrange, whatever the case may be, need that outlet, the family also need that. Absolutely. So they can get an understanding of that, right? And hopefully some of these programs some of the people that we invited to these programs, these agencies, right? They have things set up in our agencies just for that. Yeah. And we want the people to come out there. And one of the things about this event, right, that we are expecting out of this event is for people to have the opportunity to come out and talk to these agencies and get the information that they need to take back to whoever they need to take back to for themselves or for someone else.
Yeah.
to understand that, look, these agencies are out here to help. And if you got someone in that situation right there, please take the information back. Come out there and see what they're all about and take it back, and hopefully we get more people the help that they may need.
Yep, you hit the nail on the head. There's a spouse out there that her husband is acting strange or not himself, if you will. Flies off the handle too easily, a thing like that. She could make that visit to the thing up in the city media center.
Right.
Pick up some brochures and what you just said, numbers on there that they can read at their leisure at home in the bathroom or whatever, as opposed to hearing it on the radio and forgetting the number or whatever. But having that number handy that they can learn. Well, you hit the nail on the head, because the families have to be a big part of any kind of recovery, whether it's alcohol abuse or whatever this right here. And there's, if you know somebody that you think might be, and I know people that call me, we talk them off the ledge all the time. So I would think that I'm no different than other people in the community. So and so down the street, I believe there's something wrong with him. So he's fixing to do something. I mean, the word gets around, people talk, and I've intervened, you know. So I'm just assuming that there's others out there that's like that, and they get some papers say, here, give this to your husband, you know, or whatever. It can't hurt.
You're right, it can't hurt at all.
Yeah. Let's see, what else am I missing here? What the non-veteran population has a lot of suicide in it too. They can actually use the same stuff as a veteran population, right? It's being aware.
You're right.
Because there's lines that you can call. Now some of the agencies I heard you talking about, is any of them like out of Birmingham other than the VA? Any of those agencies over there coming out like?
Ken, the furthest agency we got is coming from LA.
Is that right?
Right, Los Angeles.
Are they leaving today, ain't they?
Well, they're going to leave a few days before then. But they're coming, and they are one of the rehabilitation agencies out there, too. And I don't know, we got 12 Oaks. They're not in this area, though.
Yeah, 12 Oaks, they have a facility down in Navarre Beach, and they also have...
Well, I'm thinking about going down there and get a rehabilitation. I like that place.
Well, I mean, if you need to, I know the person to call. We'll hook you right up.
I need to go set me up, because
Okay.
I got a track chair that I can ride on the beach with. No, I'm just kidding you.
See if we can help you out there.
And, yeah, that would do it. But that's awesome, because these are things that hadn't been there before. But I want people out there, even if you're not going to go to this, write the date down, the 28th of September.
Right.
And it's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the City Meeting Center in Anderson, and it's no cost.
No cost.
And it's you're going to have you'll go there with a goodie bag full of stuff
Yes, sir.
that everybody's offering. I've seen it before. It's a big deal. So I appreciate you guys coming on the show.
Thank you for having
And
us.
thank you. Good to see you again, boy.
You can.
Y'all got anything else you'd like to do? I'd like to work with you, and we'll see you back on here the next time. So we got to go to a break, come back. I got news that you can use. Get that pen. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. I do appreciate Kelvin and boy for coming on and doing the show today. That's a lot of good information. September the 28th, 10 to 2, City Meeting Center. I'll be there. Signing autographs. Firefighter Memorial is going to be dedicated on September the 11th at 11 a.m. The new Alabama Firefighter Memorial that we built up there in the park. It's in the Centennial Memorial Park. I'm pretty sure that the governor's going to be there, but I know we got the Secretary of State, John Merrill, and a lot of others are going to be there for sure. So I'm waiting on the governor's okay, and I'll have you an answer probably by the next show. If you got a power chair out there that you don't need, the one with the batteries, got a good set of batteries, let me know if you don't need it. I got veterans that do. You've heard me tell them about that before. They like to go out to their mailbox instead of having someone else go to the mailbox for them. And while they're out there, they like to ride up and down the sidewalk and gossip to the neighbors. So you really make a veteran happy. If you don't have any need for it, you got a power chair, I'll be glad to take it off your hands for them. Superior Hyundai as sponsors the show, and appreciate Mac and George and all the folks up there. And here's the deal: if you take your DD214 in there, you buy a new Hyundai, you get $500 off. Then you go to term and say, hey, I saw this on Veterans Issues with Ken Rollins, and you're going to get another $500. So you got you $1,000, and you're welcome. But they got great cars. I'm not going to tell you all this, but it's probably a secret of some sort. But they just took over Classic Cadillac up there. It's Superior Classic now, and it's remember the days when that was everybody had a Cadillac from up there. That's going to be a big deal too. So they'll be on here talking about that before long. I talked to George about that. The VA hotline is 855-948-2311. That's the one that's at the White House. But the crisis line is 800-273-8255, and when the voice comes on, press 1. 800-273-8255, press 1. Wounded Warrior Alabama at gmail.com. Wounded Warrior Alabama at gmail.com. That's why I said you have to have a pen. 256-458-2715. If you need some help and you're a veteran, you just give them a call. Tell them I told you to call. That's the only veterans organization that I can name you in this area that will help a veteran. Doesn't matter what. They've helped with power bills, with everything. That's Ross Winter and his group, and they are a great organization. And I've never asked them to do anything that they didn't do. So keep that website and phone number. Lowe's, write this down, Lowe's.com/military. If you're a veteran and you've been using the Lowe's for your discount, they don't accept a card anymore. You got to go on this website I just gave you, Lowe's.com/military, and fill in the information there, and then put your phone number in. Next time you go to Lowe's, you don't have to have a card. They'll ask you your phone number, you get your discount. So that's something new there. Let's see. Still need some volunteers for the DAV van. If you're interested in driving the van and taking veterans to Birmingham, of course we bring them back too. We just don't take them over and leave them. And if you'd like to be a part of that, you're so welcome to give me a call. My information is on the screen here during the show. Call that number, and I'll get veterans get you a choice card. We run out of time, so this week's salute is going to all the teachers that made a difference out there. You all made to make a difference, and we'll see you next week on Veterans Issues. Salute. We're gone.